Zach Moore from the bottom. We're back at the track where we saw maybe in the spring where we saw a lack of respect, a lack of respect for the equipment. You guys had a meeting with NASCAR. Do you feel like that meeting was well received by the drivers? Do you feel like since then that there's been a respect on the racetrack when racing? Or do you feel like it hasn't really made a difference?
I'll let the veteran answer that one.
I mean, it definitely calmed things down for a while, right? I felt like the racing got a lot cleaner, a lot better. Look, in the playoffs, you're asking for guys to put their entire season in the balance of a split-second decision, right? There's been chaos these last handful of weeks. There's gonna be, right? Whether it be trucks, Xfinity, Cup, it doesn't matter. You can determine an entire season by a decision that you make, right? And I thought, even watching the truck race last night, Lane was very critical of himself of having to make the decision that he made at the end, and I thought it was pretty subdued compared to what we've seen in the past, right? So there are drivers that I feel like are really doing things the right way. There's others that aren't. And listen, at the end of the day, when I walk out of here tonight or when I walk out of Phoenix next week or whatever it is, I have to be okay with how I race, and everybody else has to do the same. And I think that people are just naturally going to race differently. But one thing that I really love about junior motorsports, I would say as a whole, yes, we were part of the drama in the spring here, but the accountability, the meetings, the things that we've done within our organization, I feel like our group has done an amazing job here, especially of late, of trying to make sure that we're doing things the right way. And I can't speak for tonight, right? Anything can and will happen. I got two teammates that are trying to battle their way in, right? Anything can happen. But I do feel like NASCAR's done a good job. Eric Peterson has done a really good job of trying to stay in conversation with the drivers. How do we put on the best race that we can and not go over the line, right? Because everybody, listen, the line is where the action comes from, right? You want to be on the line, just you don't want to be over the line.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much to add to that. I do feel like, when you sit in a room with all 36 drivers and it's just you guys in the series, and the series is like, what the heck was that? And they got on us, and I feel like it was well received. And we have a meeting today. I don't know what the basis of that is, but I'm sure it's to talk about how we raced in the spring and say, let's not do that again. But yeah, I mean, when you can make one of those moves to save your season, personally, I'm not the kind of guy that I feel like would do those things, but they're, like Justin said, there's people out there that are willing to take that risk and willing to do it and, get themselves to the next round of the championship. And at the end of the day, guys don't care whether they're deserving or not. All they care about is whether or not they're in the championship or not. So, it's very tough, but, it's just the format that we have.
It's the beauty of being locked in here. Trust me.
Yeah, I know. I've never been on the other side of it, but it's nice to be on this side of it.